You see this? See my little Buddha? Pretty? So it has all these little charms on it too. My husband bought me this. I was coveting this Buddha for a very long time, and he got it at the Wellness Festival up in Sun Valley, and I love it. So anyway, today, you guys, I am so excited to talk to you. Today's Friday. Happy Friday. I'm still drinking my coffee. Hi, Allie. Good morning. I'm still drinking my coffee. Kind of had a different morning, and I have to share with you guys something happened. So you guys know my daughter plays volleyball, right? Good morning, Nancy. Hi, Mary Beth. You guys are all here. Yay. It makes me so excited. So they've been so dedicated, right, this summer, playing, practicing. And I know, isn't that pretty, Nancy? Isn't that great? My husband got it for me. I love this guy. He's my buddy. So I wanted to share, my daughter, hi George, playing volleyball. Everything's been going great. These girls have been getting up literally at 6 in the morning to get to practice by 6:30, right? And what's really been amazing is that they were committed, they're doing all their thing, and then guess what happened? One of the older girls in the high school team was tested positive for corona. So the younger girls, like my daughter, were separate, right? Separate from the older girls, so they didn't have a lot of interaction. Anyhow, long story short, the coaches couldn't coach the girls anymore. They just stopped doing it. So what I did is I decided to take over because I don't have enough on my plate, right? So, hi, Brianne. So it was really important to me that these girls, if they could get up at 6 in the morning in the summer, right, and be so committed to their conditioning and be so committed to their volleyball and making sure that they can really crush it when they go to tryouts and for high school, I decided to pick it up. So it was really interesting is yesterday and today it's like, a good hour and a half where we're together. 6:30 in the morning on the track. Today we did track workouts. We do it over by the bleachers, so just a lot of fun for these girls, and I'm so happy for them. But I have to tell you, what's really interesting to me is, they understand, right? The more isn't always better, right? They understand that recovery is important. They understand that the progress happens and the recovery and the rest. And it was so interesting to me because I think in our culture, especially in the United States, like it's go, 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 go all the time. And we try to almost get ourselves so sore, right? So sore that it's like that's how we know we got a good workout, right? And the girls actually understand because I've been instilling this in them too, but intuitively they know that, okay, well, if I'm sore, if I get myself so sore this morning that I can't play in the doubles game tonight, I'm not going to perform at my best, right? Or if I work so hard today that tomorrow, right, I won't be able to compete and jump as high or block or set the way that I want to if I'm super sore, right? So what's interesting in the United States is that we push and push and push with our fitness especially. Like we're just so A-type when it comes to fitness because of what we've been told from culture that we need to do. And what's really the opposite, and it's so counterintuitive because the opposite's almost true, right? As an athlete, like if you're thinking about fitness as an athlete, and I've been an athlete my whole life, it's like I never train my girls, I never train people that I coach, or athletes that are really in it for a sport to ever work that hard. Because what happens, you guys, is if you can't recover fast, you can't work hard the next day, or you can't compete, or you can't play. So in the US, we have this weird thing where it's like, especially with the CrossFit era, where it's just like, you just hit it super hard, and then you're so sore, it's like, what do you do the next day? Well, you can't do anything the next day because you can barely move. So the way that I train, not only, and I want you to understand this, but I train athletes, is that you go to your 80%. You never go to 100%. You save 100% for the field, for the court, for the race, for the sport, right? And you train consistently at 75 to 80% of your max, right? And then it gives you something to save in the tank. It gives you something in the tank. Because if you're competing and you're also training, you guys, it's really hard to pull out 100% if you're sore or you're run down or your body's not recovered. So with these girls this morning, we really talked about that again, and they get that. Like, they understand they can't be sore. They can't be so sore from a workout on Thursday that they can't play in a game on Friday, right? So I want you guys to think about that. So if you're so sore and you push yourself so hard that you can't do your life, like you can't get out of bed, or you can't walk upstairs, or you can't go play with your kids because you can't move, that's ridiculous. And there's no need to do that. Even athletes at a very high level, very rarely, if they're training correctly, get themselves so sore that they can't perform, or they can't compete, or they can't do their life, okay? So I wanted to just really land that with you guys this morning. The other thing that's really interesting is, I don't think people get this, but the more you exercise, look, I've been doing this for 15 years. I'm telling you from experience, for myself as an athlete, I've been an athlete since I can remember, but also from training literally 1,000 people, you guys, like, or more at this point. You have to understand that the more exercise you do, the more efficient your body gets. So the less effective the exercise actually is. And I know that's not what you want to hear. So that's why when you see girls, especially like when I competed in figure and fitness and on stage, fitness stages, when you see girls that they have to go do so much cardio and so many workouts to get that lean, is because their body and thermostat has adjusted to that. And Allie's saying that's very true. I've made that mistake. She said, I've made that mistake just from not knowing I shouldn't do that. Yeah. So your thermostat, your body goes, okay, well, if I'm used to running 5 miles a day, your body now has a new set point. It's used to running 5 miles a day. Ladies? So what happens if you don't run 5 miles a day? What do you think your body's going to do? If you're so used to doing the same thing all the time, what do you think your body's going to do? It's going to adjust, and it's going to go, maybe I need to gain some weight. Or what happens, you guys? If you need to drop a little and your body's so used to running 5 miles a day, you don't have anywhere to go. You gotta leave room for somewhere for it to go. Your body's a thermostat. Just like with our metabolisms, right? Your body's so smart. It is so smart. So what happens is, like when I was training for shows here, I'm supposed to be able to eat, 2,000 calories a day, right? So I diet down. I only eat 1,500 calories a day so that I lose body fat. So here it is. So now my body gets used to being at 1,500 calories a day. And it's lost all the body fat it wants to lose. So now if I still have more to go, because I'm extreme and I'm getting on stages, right? Or I'm competing at that kind of a level to look a certain way, right? What happens now? Oh, I got to go to 1,200. Well, I'm hungry at 1,200. So what do I have to do? I have to exercise more, right? So I start exercising more, and I get to a certain point. Now I'm getting hungrier, right? So what do I have to do? I have to eat more, but now I have to exercise more. Do you understand? So your body adjusts. So you guys, if you're completely beating yourself up all the time with exercise to a point where it's excessive, there's nowhere for you to go, right? So if your body's used to doing an hour and a half of hiking, and so people are like, you hike so much. The hiking doesn't, my body, that's just what I do, right? But if I'm trying to burn fat or lose weight, I've got to do something different from that, right? You've got to change it up and switch it up. Your body gets used to it. It's a machine. It's efficient. So if you're thinking about your exercising, right, and you're only staying at a certain level, like you run 5 miles a day and it's a certain pace, your body's used to it. It's not going to do any good anymore. It's going to keep you where you are. But if you really want to shake it up, you've got to maybe take a rest day and then hit it hard and do a HIIT workout. Take a rest day, maybe then go for a 4-mile jog. Make your body guess. Because the more you do something, the more efficient your body will be. And your body, guess what? Your body, unless you're obese or very overweight, your body doesn't want to lose a lot of body fat. It's happy there. It's like, oh, I'm safe. Everything's good. If you're just like, if you're at a normal weight, a normal body fat, and women out there, you do this all the time to yourself. You're like, oh, I need to have a six pack all the time, or I need to be leaner all the time. Look, you guys, your body's super happy if you're at a healthy weight. It doesn't want to be leaner. Women, we need a little extra body fat. So getting you below that level is challenging and hard. It's not only challenging and hard, you guys, but listen, when your body's efficient. Hi, Christy. Your body's efficient. So if you're running 5 miles every day, your body's going to adjust to that. So the more fitness you do, the more your body is efficient and gets used to it. So you have to keep changing it up, right? It's just science, right? Your body's a thermostat, just like with food, right? Like I told you, Christy, you'll like this too. Like if you're exercising and you think that's gonna help you lose weight, my friend Christy talks about this all the time. It's not. So just stop. It's your nutrition. But your body is efficient with nutrition too. So like before, like I said, I'm competing, right? And you're competing at, say, that high level, and I've got to get super lean to get on stage. Well, if I'm supposed to be eating 2,000 calories a day and drop down to 15, I'm going to lose weight, right? It's going to happen. I'm going to lose body fat. But then what happens? My body's going to get used to 1,500, and my thermostat is going to come down to a lower calorie level or a lower amount of food. I hate the word calories. It's so antiquated. It's such an antiquated system to measuring energy. But anyway, people use it, so I talk about it sometimes. So think about that. If you've got to go down to 15, now what happens? Right? It's going to get efficient there. Your body's going to stay there. It's going to slow down its metabolism because it doesn't want to speed it up because it knows it's only going to get 1,500 calories a day. That's why when you're working with coaches that are talking to you about nutrition and hormones and food, it's really about you and your metabolism. Does that make sense? Yeah, Christy, thank you. So you've got to really try to understand that. And that's why when people and coaches do carb cycling or they do refeeds or they shock your metabolism, it's actually really healthy, right? Because your metabolism goes, oh, I'm not starving. And it restores some of that leptin levels. Leptin is a hormone in your body that controls hunger. So is ghrelin. All these things happen in your body underneath the surface, but we don't even know what's going on. Our endocrine system is brilliant, right? It's meant to help you survive as humans, okay? So you've got to be really mindful of that. And I see these girls coming off these shows or these really super fit girls. You guys, this is not all fun and games when you do the fitness stuff. It's rough on your body. It is super rough. Like, I'm not even joking. So when your body is so dieted down, right, when your body is so low and you take your body to that extreme level, think about what it takes to get your body healthy again, your metabolism healthy again. So for example, if I'm eating 1,200 calories a day, which I was when I was competing, sometimes less. Seriously, I know, it's terrible. My metabolism drops. So now when I stop competing and it's like, oh, I just want to be normal again and eat my normal food and have a normal kind of active lifestyle, what happens? I gain weight. Why? Because my body's metabolism has adjusted its thermostat down to 1,200 calories a day. So I'm going to be starving if I try to diet anymore. Who can live on less than 1,200 calories a day? It's hard. It's hard. I'm hungry. I like to eat, right? Does that make sense? So now what happens? Now, yeah, those girls looked great. I looked great on stage. Hey, I'm not going to lie. I looked great on stage, right? It was awesome. But then what? Then how do you do life? How do you reactivate your hormones, reactivate your metabolism so you can actually eat food and not gain weight, which is what happens to a lot of girls, right? And so I would coach a lot of girls who would come off the stage and understand how to manage their metabolism, and it's slow, right? You can't just come off stage or you can't just come off a big diet and be like, oh, I'm just going to eat everything I want. You guys, your metabolism's not ready for that. You've got to ease it back in and build your metabolism back up. Build your metabolism back up. Now, That's why this yo-yo dieting cycle that you guys go on, a lot of people go on, believe me, I've been on it myself, is so dangerous because it really does shift your hormone levels, your endocrine system, and your metabolic pathways. Your whole metabolism gets efficient, so it drops, just like with fitness. Same thing, okay? So what I want to tell you guys is that it's not always best to do more. It's not always best to eat less, right? It's a balance, and that's why it's slow. And sometimes people go, oh, it's so hard to lose weight, and it is hard to lose weight the right way because it needs to be slow so that your metabolism can adapt so you don't ruin it for life. Because then what happens if, like, this is the worst thing I've seen is one of these girls came to me, she's never had babies, she was young, right, super young, she was eating literally like 900 calories a day, not even joking, this is a true story. And I said, what's going to happen to you? What's going to happen if you continue like this? What's going to happen when you have a baby, right? And you get pregnant and then you want to lose weight after you have the baby and your body's used to 800 calories a day. You can't feed a baby and breastfeed or carry a baby with that kind of calories. Your body's going to explode. You're going to gain tons of weight, right? Does that make sense? And you also, women that are young, don't ruin your metabolism, young ladies. Don't diet young, because what happens is as you get older, it slows anyway, and then you're in big trouble. Because if you've dieted yourself down in your 20s and early 30s, where you're eating 1,200 calories a day or 1,000 calories a day, what happens for the rest of your life? You're going to live like that forever? No. Because your body, as it gets older, is going to slow down anyway. So now all of a sudden you're eating 1,000 calories, 1,200 calories, and then your metabolism slows down as you age. And now what? You have to eat 800 calories? That's like one meal for me. Right? That's rough. And then you're constantly stressed forever because you don't understand why you hardly eat anything and you still can't lose weight. Am I right? Am I right? Okay, I know I'm right. I'm not going to ask for confirmation because I just know this pattern for women so well. So stop. Stop, guys. If you need support with this, I can help you, right? It's not just about lower your calories, lose weight. You've got to think about your metabolism. You've got to think about your hormones. You've got to think about the longevity of this over a lifetime, not just right now, I want a six-pack for the summer. It's not okay. It's not okay. It will actually damage your body. Don't damage your body. I've done it long enough. I did it for years and years and years. And I had to slowly and slowly and slowly rebuild my metabolism so I can actually eat food. Right? Okay, don't do what I did. So this is another reason why when girls that are young, they come to me, if young girls come to me and they want to compete, I say I can't help them. I'm sorry. It's not something I recommend. It's just not. People will get mad at me for saying that now. I'm not real popular in the bodybuilding fitness competition world because I do speak out about it. I think it's damaging. I think that it causes eating disorders. And I think that for young girls, it really does set them up for a life of struggle with body image. My opinion, I get to have it. Now, if women are older and they're not in that space and they're like, it's just something I want to do for myself, to show up for myself, that's a little different. But to be really honest with you, I don't train young women for competitions, and nor will I any longer. I think it's too damaging on their hormones and on their mental health, to be really honest. To be really, really honest. Okay, so I am heading out. I've got to go to Boise. I'm excited. I've got some things I've got to get done down there, and I've got to hit the road. So I hope that worked out for you guys. I hope you got some information from that was, it looks like you guys are from Instagram, so thank you. I hope you guys got some information that was helpful and useful for you today. So think about long term when you're thinking about dieting and nutrition and weight loss, right? It's got to be long term. These fast fixes are damaging and the yo-yo cycle will continue. And listen, our culture wants you to feed into the yo-yo diet cycle, right? The culture, people make tons of money out of that. It would be easy for me to say, I have a fast fix for you guys. You can lose 20 pounds in 10 days, right? And I could make a ton of money from that. Right? Everybody wants to hear that. But it's not true, and it's not healthy, and it's not in integrity. Right? So if you want sound advice that's actually tried and true, not only on myself, but on literally almost 1,000 clients at this point, probably more I've trained. You guys really ask me questions. Like, I'm here to help you. I want to support you. And I know that, I'm trying to get a little bit more away from all about just nutrition and fitness, because I do believe it starts here. And when this is right with our mindset and, getting that straight, everything else kind of falls into place. So I work really hard on that now with people. So if you're interested in any of that, let me know. I'm running my She Ascends group program right now, which is so fun. We're having a blast in there. There's some amazing women, and they're showing up powerfully for themselves, for their mental health, so they can ascend and not just get stuck in this mindset of what we look like is our value, right? We talk about how the values are a vehicle to our vision and what we really want to create in this world, instead of being hyper-focused and having all of our attention, right, be consumed with what we look like, how much we're eating, when we're eating, and when we're exercising, because it's just a waste of energy, and you should be doing so much more with your life than being stuck in that cycle, right? All right. So, I have new lipstick on today too. What do you guys think? Like it instead? A little different, huh? Usually I do more of a purple. Purple's kind of my color. I have this purple lipstick that's like my favorite, but I want a little orangey and red today. Kind of like it. Okay, you guys, have a great day, and I hope to see you again on Monday. Bye.